Wow, that was lucky. Our troops are gaining ground. It seems that many of the rebels have lost their incentive to fight and as a result, large groups are retreating. This is our chance to end this madness and restore order. Gain 10 legitimacy and gain 3 stability. Alright. We have another Adolf as heir to the throne, and the 333 is in charge. How lucky am I getting in this series? How lucky? It's ridiculous. I mean, a lot of bad things are happening too, but then stuff like that kind of balances it out. Mercenaries extorting locals during wartime. It's not wartime! Soldiers of fortune often find ways to make it home with a bit more than they are paid. By raiding the land, they are sent to fight. Normally, this is not a problem for us when they are sent abroad to terrorize our enemies, but sometimes this habit is hard to break, even during peacetime. Some farmers and travellers in Gelre have complained that mercenaries stationed here have been robbing and extorting them, despite, or perhaps because of, the fact that there isn't even a war ongoing. Meddling in the ranks of mercenaries, even ones that are hired, are always a difficult matter. The accusers are unlikely to take the matter further if we let it slide, but the question remains how society will change if we allow it to continue. Gain corruption or lose mill power. I'm ahead of time in tech, so I'll take the corruption. Blasphemy Act. Less tolerance of heretics, more missionaries. Let's do that. Right, so I need to stay here and regain a little bit of strength. And Gelre, I am going to temporarily set you to... where is it? Defensiveness. Which does, I think, work retroactively. Yep, Defense Edict, plus 33%. Which is very nice. Could raise autonomy to reduce unrest. Part of the problem, or part of the reason I'm having this problem is because I did the opposite. I knew that rebels were going to rise, so I tanked unrest everywhere. Which is also why my economy is actually kind of able to sustain the number of mercenaries I have right now. Because there's a lot. I have one regiment of infantry that are not mercs. You know what? I do not feel safe standing in Utrecht. We're going to pull back one more. But I think we've got this now. We may lose Gelderland, but we'll be able to hit them back. We've got a bunch of separatists about to raise, but I don't think that they're going to be as problematic as these guys have been. How am I doing in terms of ideas? Next one would be Quest of the New World. Utrecht will see to Utrecht and Groningen to Munster. Munster's getting bigger and bigger. And we now have a Conquest CB against Munster. How's Liège feeling on that military access? Good question. Ah, they'd allow it. Let's just go ahead and cancel Baden here. Ask military access. Thank you. Let's go and stomp on these chaps. I mean, they're going to have to go after Utrecht next. So there's a reason to have 3 forts in a row. The reason is right here. Religious fanatics in Zeeland. They're next to Den Haag, so they can't actually convert us straight away. I'll take this and I'll go and biff them. Gained a core province in Utrecht, now part of our patrimony. As both influential landowners and the traditional warrior class in our state, the nobility have not fared well lately. Through a combination of excessive infighting and poorly coordinated power plays, the nobility have lost influence in Arnhem, and many have retired to their properties in the countryside. Ah. There goes the capital. He took another loan to pay for the mercs. And Liège is now at full. Liège has converted to colonialism. So we have a lot of adjacencies. It should now... here we go. Started to spread. Very slowly. Calais still doesn't have it, unfortunately. Flanders is getting it, but I don't think that'll spread it to me. Yeah. The fact that we made friends with Liège, and Liège is getting it, and the fact that... Actually, why am I getting it here? Because Burgundy hates me. They wouldn't be spreading it. Why am I getting it here? Port neighbouring province with colonialism. I guess Brussels is giving it to me? Now that seems weird. I would have thought that would mean another port in this area that was friendly to me. But no, as written, it means that Brussels is in fact giving it to me because I'm a port and you have it. Doesn't matter if you're friendly or not. I need to have another rival. I keep on eclipsing them. I'm actually super tempted to go with Munster. Trier, Flanders and Burgundy currently. Munster has 2 provinces that I need. Actually, is that true? Yes, they have Friesland. I still need Breda from Brabant. I'm going to go with Munster. I do feel like I need to get another ally. Bavaria, are you feeling like you don't need to kill those guys anymore? Nope. Who are you guys allied with? Oldenburg and me and Brandenburg. Brandenburg, you are allied with Brunswick, Austria and Gelre, Austria. You are still Catholic. Could I convince you? No, probably not. Provence. Provence, you're looking good. I'm your right. Oh, I am. England? Denmark? No. Sweden? No. Norway? Not independent. Right, let's have a look at the potentials. So, Liège could become an ally. I mean, they're going to be difficult to conquer. Brussels? Why is the capital of France giving you stuff? Isn't the capital all the pretender needs? No. Might be all they need for the timer to start ticking. I think that might be a Victoria thing, if they take the capital. Savoy, Ferrara, Brittany, Poland, Ragusa, England. England is actually relatively close. Ah, but I've already improved relations with them massively. They won't do it any further. I'm annoyed that I lost Bavaria. I was enjoying having Bavaria. Bohemia? No, because I've already improved relations with you massively. Teutons? No. Lübeck? I know we've had our differences. I mean, technically that's only a -29. I'm sure I can get my relations with you high. And you are a republic, but not a merchant republic, apparently. But still, Lübeck is Lübeck, and they're wealthy. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Check to see if the Pretender is a better ruler. I mean, my current guy is a 3-3-3. He's not terrible. He's a 2-1-1-2, so unlikely. Wow, they're halfway already? They've hardly had this at any time. Oh, he's a 2-4-5. He is actually better. I might just let them do that. Is there any other downside? Not sure. We'll wait till the end of this month so I can get that extra tick, and then we'll go and attack, I think. Quick consolidate. Alright, I have way better morale than they do. Even though they actually have a bonus for being Catholic zealots, but I guess I have more bonuses? I have a morale guy, power projection. My army tradition is excellent, that's true. Oh, and I also have the Saints Accept Prayers, which apparently the rebels don't get. They're religious rebels, why would they get Protestant bonuses? This is true. Right, let's take this back again so I don't get converted to Catholicism. Stab drop and you'll lose... Stab drop and you'll lose a bunch of legitimacy. I was about to say, hey, Poland might be an ally. And then I remembered. Yeah, Poland, not a good ally. Muscovy. Muscovy, good ally. Muscovy, not good ally. France? No. No, not by a long way. And in fact, I'm a little bit nervous about France having a negative relation with me, and that's quite a negative relation. Flanders is embargoing me. I haven't had anyone embargoing me for some time. Right, the other thing I need to do is assign estates. Like, Amsterdam should definitely be in the hands of the Burghers, so long as it doesn't increase their influence too much. It doesn't, so yeah, you can have it. And Den Haag is an estuary, so you would be another one that would make good sense for the Burghers to have. Influence goes up to 75. Acceptable. You would not be a good one for the Burghers, probably. You'd actually be another clergy. We have no manpower. I'd like to give the nobility one. You produce salt, which is valuable. And you do get that extra 10% goods produced. You are making more in taxes right now, though. It's too early game. Taxes are generally worth more. In fact, why is your production so high comparative? Oh, you have a workshop. You probably don't. No, you have a workshop. Goods produced. Where do I see that again? That's development cost. Because yeah, you just have more base production. Where is... Oh, it's down there, 2.67 versus 1.10. Okay, so Den Haag just produces a lot more than Amsterdam, so I need to beef up their Diplo at some point. When I have economic ideas finished, I'll probably invest a bunch in that. Did I hear you need salt? Here, salt. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I usually give the nobility the grain provinces. I wonder where you could possibly have learned that. I mean, the main thing with nobility is you want them to have the high manpower provinces or the areas that you really need to defend, because the nobility provide extra defensiveness. Neither of which are true here. So this really is a question between clergy and nobility. You are earning me a lot more taxes than you are production right now, but I like the Burghers. I just like them. They're useful. And also we do get the trade power, though that is not a huge draw. We'll go clergy. We'll try and keep the national tax modifier up. Also, we do have the development cost reduction thing right now. I would desperately like to get some more ideas. That's probably the more important thing right now. Let's do that instead. Foreign talent. Our drill masters stand in awe of Munster's armies and the methods they have so far so successfully employed to organise army routines and practices. We are not the only ones who have taken notice. Munster officers are in high demand in many countries. Of course, The something of Munster does not take kindly upon those officers who would seek employment abroad, and would likely disapprove if we tried to entice any subject of theirs. That does not mean, however, that there are not individuals who would be interested in such a career opportunity, if we were to make it worth their while. Let us continue to rely on our own people, not because I care about you, but because I don't want to pay the money. Memmingen. New. Oh, yes. A new technique for fabric production has begun to emerge amongst the cloth workers of Memmingen. The so-called new draperies are much thinner, lighter and cheaper than the thick woolens that used to be in demand. While demand is on the rise for these new products, their production makes use of considerably less wool, and as a result, prices have been declining. So wool goes down, but cloth goes up, which is really good, because look at all the cloth in this area. We are like the cloth barons of the world. So my area just got a whole lot more valuable. What do we actually make in production? It's only 4.8 per trade. Production also equals trade. Alright, one more tick, then I think I might go and try and attack them. Hey, human person. Weak part of the game is the financial stuff, stuck at making money, and no one makes a video to explain it's not that super complicated. I mean, I do have a trade tutorial video which might help. I mean, I do talk a lot about the financial stuff in that, so I'd highly recommend it. Go to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Viking, and you can find there is a tutorial on trade basics and then advanced trade, where I talk a lot about the finances, and hopefully not too complicated, because I'm aware that it is a part of the game that people don't necessarily jive with so much. So hopefully that helps. Because it's one of the parts of the game that I love about this. They've done a really, really good job with the economic models. Particularly trade. Alright, so I am outnumbered. We have the same morale. I do have my extra damage bonus. That's the main thing going for me, and if I can kill enough of their front line, then they'll lose the cavalry bonus. Currently they have a 47% ratio. If that hits 50, then they are in trouble. And... oh man, they are close. Oh, so close. Kill more of the cavalry. No, less of the cavalry. Kill less of the cavalry. It's like less than 100 in it. Kill more infantry. Oh, every time we get close, we're going to win it on morale. Oh no, and there's this running stupidity. See, why didn't that happen last time? Alright, the rebels are dead. We have 2 more rebels that will be appearing at some point in the not so distant future, and also will be taking another loan. But I'm okay with this. Like, we've recovered. Ish. Why does fighting a massive army make you think of the Battle of Ostagar in Dragon Age? Because there's a big battle? When's the new CK2 DLC coming out? No idea. Hasn't been announced. I'm actually a little bit surprised that this came out before Holy Fury. From how I saw the game at the ParadoxCon Media Day. The one which I can tell you is still miles out is Man the Guns. That was still in like the design phase. These 2 at least were in production. And pretty advanced production, back in May. On the following terms, Liège was forced to give Württemberg 10% of their income, last for 10 years, treaties with Alsace. Okay, so they didn't actually lose any territory. Austria is influencing Salzburg. I have a new royal marriage of Brunswick, which I am still allied with. Let's do that. Recovered from what? The massive unrest and stuff in my nation right now. The civil war. The separatism, the religious changes. Stellaris DLC is even further out. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, I just haven't been keeping tabs with the new Stellaris DLC. I like the game, I just like these ones more. Alsace has joined a trade league led by Liège. That's fine. I have no real reason to go after you. Burgundy's got religious issues. Württemberg's had a golden age. And there we go. Siege of Gelre has been won. So I really want to start lowering maintenance so I can start paying these loans back, but Utrecht is about to erupt into violence. I think I'm going to stand on top of Utrecht when it erupts into violence. I'd like to be here to see it. I'm also going to go ahead and turn on autonomous rebel killing, because that is absolutely what I am doing right now. You can ask one of the estates for money, can't you? Oh yeah, I already did. Prestige, loss, or Diplo. I don't want to lose Diplo, I'll take the Prestige. Prestige you can get back pretty easily. So it's the Burkers. Ah, I could ask them for a contribution. Cost 10 loyalty, which I think is worth the price. And we are 2 advisors short now. I mean, let's use this to pay off some of these loans. That's a good idea. We'll do that. And a human person, yes, actually, she does have problems. So, don't. I also want to turn off some of my forts, but I'm not going to be able to do that either. How am I doing on trade ships? Hadn't even thought to see how I'm... Oh, wow. Okay, I have a lot of naval force limit. And we're not even close to meeting it. Are the new... Are the ships I have acquired of the newer models? No, they are all barks, which I'm pretty sure... Yeah, they're the ancient ones. We could do with upgrading those. No worries, we couldn't have known. But just be aware that sometimes people do have problems. Treasury. Alright, we are making money. Even with all of the mercenaries that I currently have, and also the fact that I am having to hire troops because of the manpower loss, I am still making money. This is incredible. Munster has run out of their thing. Conversion successful. Amsterdam is now Protestant, thanks to the Centre of Reformation and Gelre. Excellent. Gelre is unfair. Mordred Viking is in there, standing in the concession, plotting our oppression. Very nice. I like it. And I'm still very short of manpower. One of these is manpower recovery, isn't it? It is. So maybe rather than going for the money... No, I need to pay off the loans first. Once the loans are paid off, then I can start thinking about actual manpower. I think that's the way to do it. And the loans are also going to be costing me a fair chunk of interest at the moment, so once we get rid of that, then we will be all good. Besides, this period of... recovery is allowing me to burn off quite a lot of the aggressive expansion, which was going to hamper my growth anyway. Part of the reason I'm making so much money is because of a lack of advisors. I really need a Diplo advisor so I can get those exploration ideas going. And there is the uprising in Utrecht, as I was expecting. I outnumber them. I have more morale. This should be very one-sided. Bish. And that's it. No more rebels. We're done. My rebel suppression is doing its job. See, we're getting -5 rebel suppression right now, which is awesome. I think this might be one of the most intense EU4 players I've seen. It's kind of crazy. I mean, there have definitely been a lot of ups and downs. A lot more than I would usually have in one of my games. Some of them are self-made, like the Coalition was absolutely self-made. But the stuff before and since, not so much. You're having Catholic zealots. I'd kind of like to do something about those.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Yeah, this run is very up and down. It really is. It's been interesting. Like the old Chinese proverb goes, may you live in interesting times. Lubeck is done, so maybe I can get that alliance with you now? You consider yourself threatened by me, really? Who are your rival? Diethmarsch and Mecklenburg and Pomerania. Yeah, I think we're in a position to be good friends. Except for the fact that you're a republic, so I can't marry you, but that's fine. I actually thought this run was doomed when you lost all your vassals by Holland. I thought this run was doomed when I was fully occupied with no army. And then Munster are like, hey, would you like some condottieri? Yes. Yes, please. Send them to me now. And then when I was fully occupied and no army, and all of my allies were fully occupied with no army, except for Brandenburg, who had an army but a fully rebel-occupied nation, came back and won the entire sodding war. It was incredible. Like, full kudos to Brandenburg for that one. Alright, so France is done. I think that we should perhaps start looking to expand again. You are still only allied to Saxony. We don't have a CB against you, but we can easily get one. Oh, right. That's only because we have no CB. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing a spy network, then I think we're going to Diplo vassalize you. We could also go after Utrecht for Friesland and Overstricht. You have no allies. But we have a truce, so never mind. Where's that truce end? 38. 9 years. Still a while. See if France wants an alliance. I'm pretty sure France does not want an alliance. No, not even close. Because I'm allied to Provence. No. Wait. Provence is my rival. They're not my ally. If I got rid of that rivalry, because it doesn't really matter anything to me, then you would go down to a minus 99. You don't like me because you're neutral. So if you weren't neutral, you would then get a... Well, we would lose that minus 20. We'd also lose the other minus 20, which in case it becomes 59. I can definitely increase my naval strength. I'm not sure about the army strength, but the navy I can do. My Diplo rep is also going to recover. That's 50. If they were to become friendly, then maybe that could go up more. But then again, you're likely to drag me into war against England. Treason. So I can lose professionalism, lose local manpower for a time, or have unrest problems, but gain professionalism and nobility hate me. I'm actually going to do this because most of the rebels in my nation have fired. So we are not going to be able to have any rebel unrest for quite a long time, except apparently in Antwerp. But it's not a huge deal there.